The door, waving the 4-4, testing me across the arm and the leg, jigsaw.
Separate your consciousness from your body, control your dream. Leave you in a sunken place, have you fallen somewhere between. Better get up out that dream if you thinking you the king. When I spit fire at the throne and ignite it with gasoline.
I thank God for Gerald and Joey, for real, they taught me into this, now I'm back on.
Black Rain. Rarely have two words ever represented so many different things all at once. Heritage, royalty, self-empowerment, growth.
Yo, this is Info.
Humble, man. That's what they call me, humble.
Nails, you know what I'm saying?
Q-Dog Haru, 5th member to the group, newest one.
What inspired you to be an artist?
Probably that 80s hip-hop, man. 80s hip-hop. I'm from down south. I moved up to Connecticut when I was a teenager, and at that time it was Rakim, it was KRS-One, it was all the big hitters. So from that point, I think I was all in. My uncle was a DJ at the time, so you know.
Man, probably he in the group. That probably my cousin Joe. He started rapping at an early age, you know. I probably was his best fan, or at least I'll claim that. So I'm gonna give him the credit. Of course, I got other rappers that I like, but that's family. So. Yeah.
Listen, still get chills every time I hear it, man. Rock Box, you know what I mean? Run DMC set it off. Couldn't tell me I wasn't run back in the day. Had the iron on, Adidas sweatsuits and all of that. You get what I'm saying? As hip hop progressed, I give a lot of credit for the influence of how I write, how I think, how I approach a song material to Rakim. You understand? I'm definitely one of his offspring. And, you know, the lyrical giants, all of the iconic hip hop figures from the 90s, you know what I mean? The golden age. Love the guys of the day too as well, but as far as the origin of my inspiration, you know what I mean, I gotta attribute it back to them.
My uncle, for one, he was a big fan of hip hop and brought me into this thing. Then it became Eric B, Rakim, you know, all the greats before us, and definitely those guys. You know what I'm saying? The group members, Vic, Joy, Gerald, all of them. I met Chap and everybody else later, but those guys definitely was a big influence on me, you know, especially in the 90s when this group was first formed. I wasn't a part of it, but I was familiar with those guys.
How would you describe your style?
Swift and interchangeable, you know what I mean? So whatever the track called for, whatever I need to supply, you know, be it heat, political content, something militant, emotional, deep, intellectual, or just to rock out. You know what I mean? Whatever needs to be brought to the table, I kind of like come in and I back clean up.
That's a good question. I ain't really no style. Everything is unorthodox. My thing is different. It could be late at night, you know what I'm saying? When it's time to come together and create, I might not have nothing. I probably might have something. It's just my style is just unorthodox, man. I'm all over the place at times.
I don't think I have a style. I mean, usually when I hear a beat, I just like to let the beat take me on where it takes me, and that's my style. Wherever the beat leads me, I don't have a particular thing that I like to do. I just normally let the beat move me the way, let it take me where I'm going.
I'm always looking for balance. So when I'm always looking for balance, it's like, okay, I can be over there, I can be over here, you know, but I try to meet it in the middle, you know, either that's with flow, you know, with the beat. With most beats, you know, I let it dictate what I'm gonna do, you know, as far as flow. And with rhymes, content, you know, I try to be positive, you know what I mean. So with that, that's just me. It's balance.
Why is it important for hip hop to mature?
It's a loaded question. I really don't think it's a lack of maturity. You understand? Because there has to be a youthful content and a kind of like careless free flow to all type of music. So that's just that energy that has to be a part of it. In order to stay intuitive or creative, you got to be imaginative.
Definitely for these kids, man, because I feel like right now hip hop is in a state of an infant right now, and it wasn't presented to us like that. It was always grown up messages, and you know, we here to straighten that back out, bring it back up to the height of where it need to be at.
What I would like for these artists who have such influence and clout and political power and all of the likes to say something more substantial. Like, we got a lot of things going on. We got, you know, babies being murdered by police. You know what I mean? We got the Colin Kaepernick issues. Things of that nature. I would like to see them be more involved, or at least hear it, because I'm not hearing it. You know what I'm saying?
Me being a mature man now, I just think that it's important to our culture. I mean, we got a lot of styles, and I don't knock nobody for how they do their thing, but I think it's important that we, and I'll say our group, because we are more mature, that we bring that to the table. You know what I mean? Just bring some real hardcore lyrics, you know, substance, and we like to have fun too. But I just think it's important to just bring something that uplifts people.
Well, I think we're at a stage of, I think everything is a cycle to me, you know? It ain't like this never happened before. You know what I mean? As far as with artists, we always had different artists. You know, time helps maturity, you know what I mean? And your environment and things of that nature. So, you know, I think these guys now, the young guys, I think they're doing a great job with what they're doing. Because what it does, it inspired people like us. You know what I mean? To really keep it going and being creative and things of that nature. So, you know, I think it's at a stage where it can only continue to be better, you know?
How would you describe Black Rain to someone unfamiliar?
Oh man, original. Just kind of think, if you could, just close your eyes and just think when you first heard hip hop, that's Black Rain.
It's like gumbo. You know what I mean? It's a melting pot of so many different brothers from different backgrounds, you know, and it's like family too, you know what I mean? So we're gonna fight, we're gonna fight, we're gonna love, we're gonna do all those things, you know, we pray together, you know what I mean? Like, you know, so it's one of those things where, you know, we have meals together, we chat, it's like a family, man, that's all I can say about that.
I say authentic. We are authentic. I mean, each and every individual, I'm sure, can speak for themselves more than I can speak for them. But I think as a whole, we just want to bring something, just like I said, something that's never been heard before. We like to think that what we do is different than everybody else. We don't try to fit into that mold. At the same time, we want to be current. We don't want, we're from the '90s, but we think our music can transcend. So I think we can bring that. I think we can bring hope to others who think once you get to a certain point in your life, you can't do it any longer. We don't agree to that.
I think we're the best of what black people should be. And I say that speaking humbly. You know what I mean? We're spiritual. We're creative. We're not too far gone. We can't connect to the youth. You know, actually, we evolved from that. You know what I mean? This is the same group of brothers back in the day that unfortunately remain isolated, even though we're down in the South. But, you know, so we twisted our blunts, you know what I mean? We hustled for a hot minute. We did a womanizing. But even back then, there wasn't a criminal aspect to how we got down. You know what I mean? And we always touched on issues, be it political. We did Murder at 1600. We did songs dealing with suicide. I ain't thinking right now. We had a party element. We had the womanizing. And so now you see the evolution of that group years later after going through a spiritual transformation. You know what I mean? Now we got babies and children, and by the grace of God, we've been allowed to mature to another different age. So now it's just I'll say the evolution of that same group of guys who like to have fun, who was cool, wasn't the problem makers, just like to get it popping, love music, and were creative.
What inspired the group's new material?
Everybody, man. From life issues, the way music is right now. I'm not knocking any other artists, you know what I'm saying, because music is at its all-time high, you know. It could come in, you know, all sorts of colors or what, but just we trying to, you know, bring it back to the basics, man, like, you know, give the people what they need, man.
I might could take some credit in that one. I might could take a little credit. We've been doing music forever. Like I said, we come from the '90s, man, and so we've been doing music. And we kind of went our separate ways. And then I was working on some stuff, solo stuff. And at the end of the day, I wanted to do something with the guys again, and made some calls. Everybody joined, and we back at it again.
Well, I think the times, you know, we always been at it with music, you know. So it ain't like we never stopped. You know what I mean? Probably slow down, but hey, man, I think the times right now, it's just time, man. A lot of things is happening in the world, you know, and we got a lot to say. So that's what we're doing. We're saying it.
It was therapeutic. You get what I'm saying? Like, life happens, and there was a lot of difficult moments that happened to to our family. When your family hurt, you hurt. You get what I'm saying? So it's more so like, this is who we are. We all have responsibilities. We got livelihoods, but the essence of who we are, we're creative beings. You know what I mean? We're musical. So it's a form of it was our medicine, our form of healing. We said, let's get back in the booth and have some fun with it.
What is your role within the group?
Going back to balance, you know what I mean? I can't say that enough. You know, like I said before, guys come from different backgrounds, you know, and everybody got a different way to create. So, you know, we don't want to say, okay, we doing this and we doing that. You know, let's bring it all together, let's talk, you know, let's balance it out, and let's get it done.
I'm the peacemaker. I'm the peacemaker. That's easy. That's an easy one. That's just, you know, sometimes, you know, with a bunch of guys and a bunch of egos in the room now, this is what it is. We men. So, you know, I like to be the one to just try to bring it all together, you know, make sure everybody's kind of in a good space so we can just work and get through everything. So, that's what I think I bring, and I think I like to think that I bring good ideas as to song content. You know what I'm saying? I feel pretty current for the most part of things that probably need to be said, and that's one of the things that I bring.
Rebuilding, chaos, justice, all of that, bro. Love, feel good, you know, all of that, man. Just reconstruct everything, you know.
Heat in all forms and aspects, you know what I mean? I'm going to create the services. I'm going to challenge. I set the bar lyrically. It's always been that way, and it's never going to stop. You get on the track with me, you either hold your own or I'm going to eat your food. I want to see them bring out the best to the point that a cat could get me on the track. You know what I mean? And I ain't going to feel some type of way because that's what I expect. You know what I mean? I want everybody to raise their level, their creativity, and not be afraid to take chances. You know what I mean? When I see that, I'm going to support it. That's my role, man. My role is really not to do nothing else less than that.
It's fitting that the collective known as Black Rain embody all of these things and much more.
Suicidal tendencies, is this the end of me? A life of misery, gotta find a remedy. The fear of poverty just can't be my legacy.
What you know about the trap to feed the fam? Surrounded by feds, they got you in the jam. What you know about investing all of your cash with nothing in return to come up with a scam? What you know about it? Straight shots to Vaseline to drink away the pain cause the bill's overdue. What you know about in life you get to choose. I'm trying to do better, I don't know about you.
I'll probably never see my queen again, my Rhapsody Bohemian. I kissed a baby picture as I crash into the median. Probably write me off as a psycho in the media. Won't know the motive of my daughter's